He told me I couldn't ride the bus. Said my money was too much. Then threw me under the wheels, metaphorically. But the next day, I brought the exact kind of revenge he couldn't ignore. 1 cent at a time. Or, all I wanted was a 80-cent bus ticket. What I got? Humiliation, delays, and a grudge I wasn't letting go of. So I made sure the driver never forgot me. Or the sound of coins hitting his tray. If you've ever been humiliated by someone in power, someone who thought they could walk all over you just because you were polite, then this story is going to hit deep. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me walk you through how one petty driver met a legendary dose of legal revenge. Let's rewind the clock about 6 weeks ago. I was having a rough month. My car, my faithful, old, slightly beat-up ride, had finally given up on me. It broke down on a Monday morning just as I was about to leave for work. So, I dropped it off at my mechanic, who told me I'd need to wait about a week for a rare part to be delivered, and accepted my fate. I'd have to use public transport. Now, I won't pretend I'm unfamiliar with buses, but it had been a while. I figured I'd make the best of it. The route to work was longer, sure, but a heck of a lot cheaper. I thought, how bad can it be? Well, I was about to find out. That morning, I got on the bus like any other passenger. I approached the driver politely and asked to buy 5 tickets, each costing 80 cents. I handed him a €10 note, expecting a handful of tickets and some change. Instead, the guy opened his little cash bag, took one look, and suddenly got aggressively hostile. "You're giving me a 10 for 80 cents. Are you kidding me?" I blinked, confused. "Well, yeah. I don't have any smaller bills, sorry." But he wasn't having it. He snapped, swore under his breath, then yelled, "You should know better than to give such a large bill for a single ride. I don't have enough change." Before I could say another word, he waved me off angrily and muttered, "Just get on the bus." For a split second, I thought, sweet. Free ride. But I should have known better. About 4 stops in, the ticket controller boarded. You know, the ones who check if you paid your fare. She walked right up to me, and I calmly explained the situation. I tried to pay, I told her. Driver didn't have change. He told me to get on anyway. But she wasn't buying it. "That's not our problem," she said coldly. "If you don't have a ticket, you're in violation." Boom. Just like that, I was kicked off the bus. Stranded. 30 minutes behind schedule. Late for work. The worst part? The driver watched it all happen. Didn't say a word. Just sat there with this smug, satisfied look on his face like he just taught me a lesson. That moment stuck with me the entire day. The injustice. The humiliation. The unfairness of it all. And that look on his face. Burned into my memory. That night, still fuming, I was digging around in a drawer when I found a dusty little jar filled with coins. Mostly 1, 2, and 5-cent pieces. That's when the idea hit me. A grin crept across my face. If my money was too big for him to accept, then tomorrow, I'll give him money that's legally impossible to refuse. And I'll make him regret every second of counting it. I didn't just go in half-baked. I exchanged more cash at the bank to get extra 1 and 2-cent coins, just in case. I sorted and counted them carefully, laid them out into neat little piles totaling exactly 80 cents. I didn't want to give him any excuse. The next morning, I spotted the same bus rolling down the street. Same route. Same driver. I stepped on, and the look on his face was priceless, recognition mixed with indifference. Probably thought I'd forgotten all about yesterday. I smiled wide and said, politely, "Just 1 ticket today, please." When he held out his hand, I slowly, deliberately reached into my pocket and dropped a mountain of coins onto the counter. 1, 2, 5-cent pieces, not a single coin larger than that. Clink, clink, clink. He stared. His eyebrows twitched. Then his face twisted. "What the hell is this?" Euro 0.80, I said sweetly. "Exact amount. In legal tender." He scoffed. "I don't have time to count this." I leaned in slightly and replied with a grin, "Oh, but you do. Because legally, you're required to accept coins up to 50 of them. And just so you know, I gave him exactly 49 coins. His face turned bright red. He muttered curses under his breath as he began counting them, slowly, angrily, coin by coin. Passengers behind me were getting restless. A few even chuckled. I stood calmly, hands in my pockets, waiting like a gentleman. He finally shoved the ticket toward me like it was venom. I took it with a smile, walked over to the scanner, beeped it, and sat down, still smiling, still making eye contact. Was it petty? Sure. Was it absolutely satisfying? Oh, you have no idea. That smugness from the day before? Gone. Replaced with a seething silence. He couldn't say a word without looking unprofessional, and he knew it. I rode the rest of that bus ride like a king. Window open, sun on my face, and the sweet, sweet sound of karma ringing in my ears. Sometimes, you don't need to scream or fight to make a point. Sometimes, you just need exact change and a whole lot of patience. That bus driver tried to make me feel small. So I reminded him that even the smallest coins can make a heavy impact, especially when justice is on your side. If this story gave you that little buzz of justice, go ahead and hit that like button, it helps more than you know. And tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest, most legal revenge you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, because revenge is best served cold. Or in copper coins.